Hey guys, back here with an unboxing video. You can see here that we have a SAR ST10, or otherwise known as SAR Arms pistol. I apologize if there's a little bit of noise in the background. I am downstairs and the central air is running because it's like ridiculously hot. So let's see what we have here. So an H&K. Boy, it sure looks like an HK USP, doesn't it? But it's got an aluminum frame. So this is the ST10, as you just saw on the front of the manual there. It is truly an HK USP clone, but instead of a polymer frame, it has an aluminum frame. So that's why you see it has grip panels on there. And manual safety, which can be engaged with the slide back, or with the hammer down, and you can still work the slide. It just doesn't allow it to fire. So we know that we have a clear weapon. So let's drop the hammer. Let's put that on. Try firing it, and it cams the hammer, but it doesn't allow it to fire. So we'll click that down, and there you can see double action. So this is the new version, which is imported by TR Imports. Originally these were brought in by EAA, European American Armory, whatever it was, European, you know what it is. Anyhow, and when those came in, the original ST10s, they came with a ridiculously cheap nylon, it's like a pocket holster. I don't mean to go in your pocket, I mean the holster is basically just like a pocket with a clip on the side of it. And then it had a double mag pouch. Just junk nylon stuff, not even worth sending them really. So this says it is a 15 round mag. It's interesting because when you buy these it says 15/17, so I'm gonna have to try this out and see if it does hold 17. I think in the foreign countries this would come with a bottle of oil, but they can't, when they import them, I don't think the oil can come on the shipment. So, but it does come with a polymer cleaning rod and a mop, which I'll never use either one, but some people will if they only have one pistol and whatever. So kind of cool. So let's talk a little bit about this before we get into measurements, weight, and then I will show you, in fact, on the exploded parts diagrams of the HK USP and this ST10 that they are basically identical. So really nice mag release. Let's look at the mag well. The mag well is not beveled. And here's an interesting fact. This is a M9 Beretta M9 mag. This is a you can see this is a USGI version, 15 rounds. And let's look at real quick. So these look very, very similar. You can see the mag catch position is just lower on these, so I was gonna try cutting a hole in there and see if they work. But what I think is another issue is, you see how wide that is right here? It's much wider than this taper right here. So when you go to insert on here, it'll go there, and then it gets really hard to push up, and then it will go up there. Now watch this though. If I hold the mag without letting it, it'll lock the slide back. So I think that it probably would work. It seems to eject okay. So I might screw around and just try it out, because I don't have a Beretta anymore. So adjustable rear sight, and if you notice, I noticed, see how far off to the left it is? There's a bigger gap right here. So I'm wondering when they test fired it, and it definitely has been test fired, because the front one is right down the center. So I'm wondering if I'll find out when I go to shoot if that's right or not. If not, I think you just loosen up that screw and then you can just push it in the dovetail. So you can see they put the serial number there, and on the barrel. So all three are numbered. Really a lightweight feeling pistol for an aluminum frame with a big thick steel slide on top. But when you look at the width of it, it really is it tapers and bevels really nice, and it's really a narrow profile. Nice big control levers. When you take your firing grip on there, you can activate that, and it's not stiff at all. Like the SAR B6Ps, everybody complains that lever, and it's true, that safety lever when you get it out of the box is super stiff on them. Nice Picatinny Rail. I bought this for a home defense firearm. I plan on having my flashlight mounted on here. And got rid of my TP9 SA because I wanted to go with a hammer fired gun, and I wanted to go with an all metal, aluminum and steel gun, and I just kind of thought these were cool. I figured, what the hell, let's give it a shot. I haven't had it yet, and there's not many reviews. That's sticker residue right there that I got to take off yet. It's if you guys have ever gotten a SAR, you know they come with that silver tag. That silver tag right there that's wrapped around the trigger guard. So there's the exploded parts diagram, and you can see, I'll go get the USP one in a second. So there's like a SIG style locking block insert that captures the takedown lever. So that would be different than the USP, which has a polymer frame. And then the rear rails are part of the alloy frame. But if you look at all of these parts right here, with the exception of the removable ejector, are identical to USP. The trigger bar shape is identical to USP. The trigger shape, the trigger return spring, everything in the slide is identical. Even look at the recoil with the extra buffer on it. That's the same. Obviously your magazine release is going to be different, but here's another interesting fact. So a common trigger job is just to replace hammer springs with a lighter hammer spring. Well, HK has what's called the match trigger spring, which is now the exact same spring as the USP Compact. So I ordered one from Brownells, and they're dirt cheap with my discount. I think it was $4.99 shipped, and took the hammer spring out in this, which you just take the grips off, punch the pin out, do the lanyard cap just like you would on a Beretta, and the spring was identical to this already. So what I think I might do is take 2.5 or 3 coils off of this and put it in there and try it, because what am I going to do with a $4 spring? So I might play around with that, because double action pull on this is pretty stout. I don't have a trigger gauge, but it's right there, it stacks and then it breaks. It's not bad when you do a nice pull through, but single action's really nice. There's take up right there, and then it fires. Let's look at reset. Long reset. But extremely smooth trigger action. Very smooth. I'll show you on the takedown. I do see one spot where the trigger bar is rubbing, and I might get brave one day and disassemble it if we get a boring rainy day or something. Alright, so takedown on this is going to be just like an HK. So you just line it up and push that on the other side, and then just grab it. I must not have pushed, no. God, this is so stupid on camera. So there you can see the buffer, and the way that it engages is the exact same as an HK. Those of you who have owned them or had a P2000 or anything like that, like I had, you'll notice it's the same. Super smooth, nicely machined barrel. You can see it comes with a nicely polished feed ramp. I haven't touched this. And then the pickup bar is already polished. There you can see the firing pin block, and then the firing pin. If we can get it to focus, there we go. So let's take a look at the frame. And you can see there's some finish, bright spot right there already, but there you can see the locking block and the trigger turn spring, the hammer, and let's see here if I can show you. So if we watch the trigger bar action, you can see where it rubs right there. So that would be one spot that if you took this trigger bar off and polished it, that would be one spot that you would definitely want to work on. And you can actually see on the back side there where finish is coming off from it making that arc. Alright, let's throw that back together. Okay, so that's it for now. Sorry, the video got a little screwy here at the end. Actually, no, let's do weights real quick. Let's get that out of the way. Slide in our scale. Make sure we are on ounces, which we are. Find a spot that doesn't have a ridiculous amount of glare. And magazine in, empty. 33.86. Without the mag, it's probably not going to be a whole lot different. 30.65, so around a 30-ounce firearm. This is a 4.4 inch barrel, so very similar in size to a P226 or the full-size USP. 3¼ ounce magazine weight. And then you can figure out how much 9mm ammo weighs for yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll make a follow-up video after I fire it. I do plan on putting some orange paint in that front sight, just like I do on most of my 3-dot pistols. And I'll do some experimenting with this Beretta M9 mag and see if I can get that thing to work in here, because TR Imports is out of these magazines. They retail for $21.99, and then I'll also let you guys know if this holds 17 or 15. So I think I'm the first American that's done an actual hands-on review of the ST10. So hopefully you found it informative, and shop around for them, because prices fluctuate anywhere from mid 300s all the way up over $500 for these. So shop around and look for your best deal. Talk to you guys later. Shoot safe.